So we see here Goku farming because like he gonna do martial arts. He did not go to King Kai's clan because he had to start a career because he didn't want Chi-Ji because he obviously he was gone for 7 years because he's in the other world. But then he comes back into Super. He has to where he works on a farm because he wants to take care of his family. Like that to me shows how much. Think about this for a second. Goku gave up martial arts and the training he wanted to for Chi-Chi. That to me speaks volumes about Goku.
Let's get to it. All right, let's add this right here. Oh no. There we go. All right.
I need money.
So just to kind of tell everybody the context of why we're doing this today. So last podcast episode, we're about to end the episode. It was about to be all cool, end it. And then we were talking about the ending of My Hero Academia and all that good stuff. And, you know, we brought up like Deku and Uraraka and their ending of their relationship. And then Random decided to drop a bombshell on us saying, oh, that shit's not good. It's not good. And then he proceeded to say, yeah, shonen romances aren't good. So then we got in a whole debate at the end of last podcast episode about shonen romances. And now we're here. We're here to talk about them. We're here to judge them on a tier list made by Santo, of course. And then we're going to judge basically how good these shonen romances are from S to trash. I am going to ask a question for everybody. Do you guys want to rate it based on how well written the romance is in the story in terms of writing the romance, or are we judging it how good of a romance it is, like the relationship? Like how
I
are
say
we?
both. We
I
can
feel like
debate
it's a combination.
So wouldn't that have to factor in?
You're gonna
Yeah,
have
wouldn't that
to
be
talk
factored
about
in?
because each
Right.
one is
For
different.
both? Okay.
Yeah, you gotta factor that in, yeah, for sure.
Because you have like some more like
Wait, are
toxic relationships that are
Oh,
written
okay,
well,
okay.
but
Yeah,
they
yeah,
are
yeah, yeah, yeah. I see what you're saying.
toxic. So it's like, are we gonna give it a good grade even though it's not a
Okay.
good
I get what you're
relationship?
saying.
Yeah.
I about to say, yeah. I mean, I think both.
It's gonna be. I think it's gonna be something we have to discuss for each one to try to figure out.
Yeah.
All right,
Let's
but
get it.
It's random
all
here.
right.
I don't
Yeah,
know.
Random. You are the you're
Yeah,
the
we're
main
doing
event
we're doing
today.
this for you. Yeah, we're doing this for you, bud.
Yeah, I need to. We had to talk about Deku no Chaku because
Yeah,
Yeah,
Pastor Random was the one that was putting all this heathenism in.
It's funny because he's about to turn into the pastor and he's about to piss everybody off in this next joint.
Crazy.
It's about to be electric.
All right. Yeah. Meanwhile, while we read from Random, I guess we can go one by one. See, start off with Lonnie to pick one, and then we'll talk about it.
Well,
Wouldn't it make sense to go in order?
like in the
What you mean?
Like,
Oh, from top down.
yeah,
I mean,
top down.
I mean, we can. We still waiting on Random because that's the one that we really got to dive into. So,
Yeah, facts.
you guys want to start from top down, or do you guys want to choose individually?
let's.
I
Like
want
a
to choose individually. Yeah,
Let's choose.
honestly.
I'll choose individually.
Okay.
Okay, so I'll
Alright.
zoom in.
All right, Lonnie. Yo, for Random's fixing his mic. You choose first, Lonnie.
All right. Because I want to be nasty. Can you?
Right off, we just got here.
Yeah, can I put Meliodas and Elizabeth in trash?
Trash. All right, let me hear the explanation. Why it's
Oh
trash.
my God.
It's weird.
Let me hear the explanation. But what we ain't gonna dive into the
Yeah.
just like talk about their relationship and what happens. Let's
No, it's
No,
not.
why is
I actually don't think it's trash.
No,
But
yeah, I'm about to-
First people,
that makes more sense. Yeah, that makes more sense now.
I'll just be nasty tonight. I would actually probably put it in C tier. It's solid, like with the whole reincarnation thing, always finding each other, and then she always dies tragically and stuff like that. of course, he has a weird case when like when he's carrying her as a baby, and they're like, "Oh, like how's your dog?" He's like, "Get your hands off my woman." That was a little bit of a sus moment. You can't really deny that. You can't. But no, the fact that it is a beautiful, like in every single life that they find each other and stuff like that, even though it's also tragic and like it's different iterations. Sometimes like she lives very long, sometimes she lives very short, but like they still always have that beautiful connection. It's just that we usually we only get to see that really in the flashbacks. When it comes like the actual main storyline, it's a lot of just fan service, him putting his face in her titties and stuff like that. And like they still have a few cute conversations, but like the main storyline of their relationship is nothing too crazy. So I put it in it's solid.
Up until like we know who Elizabeth is, it is very one-sided and cringe. So I'll give it there. But tell me a more tragic relationship than Meliodas and Elizabeth.
Ding, 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 ding,
That's
ding.
Shonen. That's Shonen. Don't tell me no seinen. That's Shonen. Tell me something more tragic as Elizabeth and Meliodas, because what they go through is insane. I'm not gonna lie. What they go through is insane, and the fact that Meliodas is able to retain his love for as long as he did, despite going through tragedy after tragedy after tragedy,
And losing his
Man.
humanity every single time that he dies.
facts.
And she have to remember him over again every
And
time.
then what? They only get, what is it, 2 weeks or 2 days afterwards?
I forget the time frame, but the moment she remembers him, she
It's
dies.
a clock.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's a crazy.
Yo, come
I
on, bro.
So I would honestly put them in S tier for the simple fact that the storyline actually revolves around their love story. It's actually one of the few shonen where I actually think that it does romance really, really well, because the entire story is their romance.
Yeah, I thought it was
Look
gonna
for the
be.
where?
I thought it was gonna be A tier. I didn't think it.
At
was-
least I think like
yeah,
A.
I thought it'd be
A
A or
minimum
S
A.
at least, for
Yeah, I
the
thought
simple
it'd be at
fact that
least
it's the way it's written is just really well.
I say we overrule Lonnie.
Yeah,
See,
I'm down with that too. C is crazy, Lonnie.
He's crashing.
You
out.
be toxic
So where are we
because
going?
you're hurt doesn't mean anything.
I said we A. I think that was like
But-
the
but-
consensus.
The Shonen romance op is here. So like, what do you think about Meliodas and Elizabeth? Brandon.
Facts.
Can y'all
love
hear me?
tragedy.
Yeah.
Can y'all
we
hear
can
me?
Yeah, we get it.
Mhm.
Okay, all right. For crazy part is Lonnie's completely slandered me in that Mushu point, but it's fine. We can talk about that at the end because he refused to add a lot of context about what we're talking about. Plus, I
You
was
said
being
Mushu was ass. That's
you
all
were
I remember.
slandering Clint, but we don't need to talk about that right now. Okay, I completely disagree with Lonnie. I would probably put Meliodas. I hate the amount of like completely unnecessary touching that he does. Like I'll say this: the backstory of their love really saved it for me. Like it really did, because at some point I'm like, bruh, like take a break. So, but I agree. I would probably put it in A because I cannot fully put it in S because of all the stuff that he does. Like, I get that you do all that stuff and then she remembers you, and I'm just not gonna forget about that stuff you was doing in season 1, 2, and 3. All that. Well, he always got a weird case, man. He got a weird case.
Yeah.
So, but I would probably put it in A itself. But I wanted to add this real quick. I what I said last week was a completely like it was a blanket statement, and I deserve the hate that you got. I think the more and more modern we get, I think the romances in more modern shonen are bad. At least are not well written enough for me.
All right,
That's basically it. Because
You're
the
right.
older we go, the more I'll be like, yeah, that's a good one. That's a good one. Like I'll always agree with you guys, but I think more and more modern ones have proven to be not written well. And obviously we have plenty of examples that are not on here, but I can throw those.
well, Deku and Uraraka's on here.
I know, but Shinra and
Yeah,
Iris is on here,
we'll
and
get around
nobody's
to
going
it.
to defend that.
Well,
At
I
all.
have a question. What are you basing like a good? Oh, dang, I think I froze.
Yeah,
it's
we can hear you, but
you,
your
but
camera's
it's
frozen.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm about to actually. What are you basing a good romance on?
I always
What makes
look
it a good
at
romance?
the time that they spent together. Obviously, you're looking for more romantic moments. The toughest part about, and Miles rightfully attacked me last week because I understand that it's they're saving the world, or they're doing whatever the overall plot of the story is. But I still think there should be more times where they're, at least for me personally, I think their relationship like it sells it for me, because I think, like, for instance, Shinra and Iris was bad. You just never believe it at all. The entire story, even in the manga, you just don't believe it. And I personally, I think they don't spend enough time together, and it just feels like, especially Iris loses her Iris's importance in the story. Like, at some points can get really bad, then can get really good, but at the same time, like, it's like they really get lost in the overall theme of the show. Where did Ty go? Is Ty good?
He froze.
He's gonna come back.
He froze.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I always base like that. The toughest part for me is because how much I love slice of life and romances anyway, that I tend to grade those romances on that curve, which is unfair, because those ones, they're not saved. Like, for instance, Bunny Girl Senpai, I understand that he's saving in a way, saving timelines or whatever, but realistically, he's just trying to be with his girl. That's all he's trying to be. He's not doing anything else. And I know, J Rob, you're always gonna smile because that name puts you up. But you watch that,
made me laugh.
if you watch it, J Rob, you're gonna come back and be like, damn.
Bunny Girl Senpai.
So the name completely
It's actually Rascal Doesn't Dream of Bunny Girl Senpai.
You know what I meant.
Oh, okay.
You know what I
okay.
meant.
That's the full name.
That's the full name.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, so that's the toughest part. But I still think, like, when we talk Deku Rock, I just don't think they spend enough time together for me to buy it. I just don't.
Okay, well,
really in class.
I don't agree with that, but we will get around to it. We'll get around.
We're gonna come. Yeah, we're gonna come.
We'll come around to it because we just started, so it's no point of going down the full rabbit.
Random, it's your turn. Pick a ship.
Let's just go ahead and put Goku and Chi-Chi in trash. Let's just go ahead and do it.
Ty, get over here! Hurry up! Hurry up, Ty! I need Ty to hear, man.
First things first. Outside of Dragon Ball, which it's great.
Wait, can I just say one thing? I mean, but you also just said you thought relationships in older.
Yeah, but that doesn't. It's not a blanket statement, though.
Yeah, no, that's true.
It's not.
Okay,
Goku and Chi-Chi literally, they barely spend any time together. They really don't. I especially as after Dragon Ball. Like,
I mean, how do you think she got all those kids?
Just because they fucking don't mean what we talk about.
How are you gonna take out a whole chunk of the story to justify them not being around each other when she was that important to Dragon Ball?
It was I said outside of Dragon Ball.
Yeah, but I'm saying you detracting that part of the story to say it's bad.
But okay, if Dragon Ball was
facts.
just it, Dragon Ball was just it, I would agree with you. But we have everything else. They just don't spend time together. They just don't. We never see them. Sure, we understand that he has kids, but we don't.
But the relationship isn't established to you, though. Like, it's not an established relationship.
It's established, but I don't think it's written well. It's not written well at all.
What else do you have to see?
Well, let me ask you.
Can they spend any time together?
Well, this is my question.
So here's
Go ahead.
Real quick, because I don't watch Dragon Ball and I've never read it, but I didn't even know that Goku had a wife. Is that what she is?
Yeah.
Girlfriend?
Wife.
I didn't know that.
She's a complete afterthought.
But it's like I'm aware of what Dragon Ball is and the main characters and everything. I didn't know who she was. So I kind of have to agree with him on that one because, like, even before I watched Naruto or read it or even with Bleach, like, I knew who the couples were, even not watching or reading it just from everybody else talking about it and seeing what's online. I don't see any fan arts of anything with Goku and a woman anywhere.
Do you just curious? Do you know who Vegeta's married to?
No, but I've seen her.
Oh, so okay.
I don't know the names. No, like I don't know the names, but I've seen art of him. Tumblr was a weird place, okay?
Okay, I get it. But Random, can you repeat your first statement now that our resident Dragon Ball Z fan is here?
So I put Goku and Chi-Chi.
I'm the resident Dragon Ball Z fan.
You're the biggest Dragon Ball Z fan here.
I put Goku and Chi-Chi in trash.
Why?
Because outside of Dragon Ball, they do not spend any time together. Chi-Chi's a complete afterthought in the story.
So if I name time they spend together in Z, then will this blanket statement change or no?
You can,
I'm just asking. I just want to know.
no, because I still don't
It
think
won't change.
it's.
Okay. Well, then
I don't,
let's talk about this. Let's talk about it.
Ty, are
He
you
said
really
they don't
about to
spend.
tell
Hold on.
me?
Hold on.
Ty,
He said they don't spend time together. And if I said
no,
name the person which they did,
Ty, hold up,
he said it won't change. So there's nothing to talk about.
No, Ty, hold on. Okay, you can name the points, but you cannot tell me that that is written well. It is not at all. Outside of Dragon Ball, it is not written well at all.
They spend more time together in Z than in OG.
Then how? Then how come we don't?
No. Hold on a second. Random. You said it's not written. It's better written in OG Dragon Ball. Why? Why is it better?
Because they spend more time together. At least for me, from my thing, I think they spend more time together.
Because you see them on.
Tell me when.
Like okay, when well, but first of all, when they fight, when she fights at the tournament, when they fight at the tournament, when they first meet, right?
And then
I just think the way it's written, it's way written better in Dragon Ball than it is in Dragon Ball Z. You can even if you name the times, Ty, you cannot tell me that relationship.
If you let me explain, so their first meeting with the Ox King, right? He met there. Then they met again in OG Dragon Ball. Then they met again at the tournament, which that's when she was wanting to fight Goku because he had. And again, they were like 10 at the time, and they made that. She said that you should marry me one day, and he didn't know what marriage was because he grew up in the damn forest by himself. He didn't know what it was. He made that agreement. That's why they got married in OG Dragon Ball. They spend more time in Z together. Matter of fact, one of the best times I think that I really enjoyed the interactions when Goku had the heart virus. That had more.
That's a highlight, but that does not make.
You didn't let me finish. You let me finish, Ram. I just let you spill the nonsense. That went more in depth in their relationship than anything in OG Dragon Ball. Anything, it did. Matter of fact, they interact more in Z because they are dealing with the child. Most of it, because again, a big part of was Z was getting going acclimated to the Z fight, which Chi-Chi consistently had a problem with, and so that made them always interact in Z. So what you're saying to me doesn't really even make sense. And then we even see how she feels about them after Z. Like the reason why she didn't want, like I think the way that his death in the Cell Saga to me was one of the most interesting that happened to her character, because one of the things that she wanted was for Gohan not to be involved in fighting, but she allowed Gohan to train because when she lost Goku, she wanted her son to still have a piece of him, so she trained Goten. Like that to me was more impactful in the story as far as her character and their relationship than anything in OG Dragon Ball. Her mourning the loss of her husband and then instilling values in her child because she wants them to both still have that connection. And she tells Goten, the reason that I got into fighting, the reason that I connect to your father because we loved each other through battle. That to me does more than anything in OG Dragon Ball. It just does. Like the stuff with Goten, the stuff with Gohan, and then when he had the heart virus, that to me informs more about the relationship than anything in OG Dragon Ball. Like it just like I'm confused how it's good in OG Dragon Ball, not as good as Z, but we have more context of the relationship in Z. We see how their parenting styles clash in Z, which gives them more information on the relationship. And then we see after his death how that impacted her children moving forward after their loss of him. I'm not even sure how OG Dragon Ball does nothing like that. Like it just doesn't. Like I'm confused.
Okay. Real quick. Is there any? Because I don't read Super. I've only like watched it. Is there any like big moments with them in Super at all?
So at the beginning of Super, where Goku gave up. It's funny thing is Goku gave up martial arts for Chi-Chi in the beginning of Super. Like he gave it up. Like he get like. So we see here Goku farming because like he gonna do martial arts. But he did not go to King Kai's planet because he had to start a career because he didn't want Chi-Chi because he was gone for 7 years because he's in the other world. But then he comes back into Super and he works on a farm because he wants to take care of his family. Like that to me shows how much. Think about this for a second. Goku gave up martial arts and the training he wanted to for Chi-Chi. That to me speaks volumes about Goku.
You cut out, Ty.
Yo, he was cooking so loud.
He was cooking. Hold on.
Hey,
go back. Ty.
Let Santo go.
I was gonna say, I think the word romance is really taken out of context here because you're looking at a married couple that love each other and are going based more on the responsibilities of being married versus going on dates, holding hands, kissing and whatnot. No, they're parenting. Like Ty said, like one of the most loving things in a relationship is sacrifice. he sacrifices martial arts. Like his greatest, passion for that. Like I think we get caught up on all the slice of life romance stories where they're going on. You have your blushing moments, you're holding hands, you're going on dates, you're establishing a relationship. This relationship's already established. Like they're showing a different side of what a relationship is.
I have one more point. The funny thing about it is that Hercule, because of Hercule got the credit for Majin Buu, right? Even though the Earthlings did it. Hercule literally says, I will give you guys millions, which will relieve Goku from his responsibility so he can go train. His fans were financially taken care of. But he did, and he would be able to get his passion for martial arts to be able to train with King Kai like he wanted. But he said, I need to check in with Chi Chi to make sure this decision for our family is okay. Like, even though Hercule gives him an opportunity that Goku, this bag of money will give Goku back his old life of martial arts. But he is like, I will not make this decision without consulting my wife first. He like that. I don't think we understand how huge that is for someone like that. That's like Naruto saying, I'm giving up being Hokage for Hinata. That's the equivalent. That's like Luffy saying, I'm giving up the One Piece for Boa. Like that is massive for Goku. Like his entire being, like, and remember this, y'all. All he knows is fighting. Like his grandpa Gohan trained to be martial arts. Then grandpa Gohan died, and all he had was fighting by himself. And then he would train on a Master Roshi. All the things that Goku has about self-improvement was literally in martial arts was drilled in him as a child. That's all he knows. He's willing to give his way of life for his wife.
Facts.
Random. What's
Once
that
again?
Like
once again,
and I'm not gonna touch those things in Z with Gohan and Chi Chi, like all that stuff. Like
the Gohan's not married to Chi-Chi, so Gohan is not a part of this.
I'm talking about their parenting style. I'm talking about like the way he parents.
I understand. Look, I understand what Santo's saying about their relationship already being established, but through faults of his own, and I understand that Lonnie went out. We still understand that Goku is a great husband and father, but the fact that we don't see. Is it too much for me to ask for more intimate moments with them together? I understand that the highlight of Goku with the heart virus was huge. It really was. But like they have, at least to my opinion, I think they have bad communication at times. From what we see, they have bad communication at times. I understand that she trains Goten so that she can have something of his father, but he's not there. Like I just think Goku's a great father. We don't need to do this again. But I still think I'm asking for at least some moments where they spend quality time together more than we have. I understand that, sure, that they have kids together, or that she was there for him when he had the heart virus, so we can see that she truly does care for him. But at times, their relationship is, by the way, treated as a joke by the manga itself. You can't lie to me about that. It is.
In what way?
Besides the fact that, okay, when Goku legitimately is flying away from her to go train and leaving Chi-Chi at the house. Okay.
When?
Okay. Now, so give me a second. Now I have to look for it. But what I'm still saying, when the relationship that is sold to me, in my opinion, I do not think it is good at all. Sure, they have highlight moments, but it is not good to me at all. And that's what I should have said last week, was that in my opinion, I think, especially as we get more modern, shonens are not, their romances or their relationships are not written well enough for me to buy them. That's what. So you can say I'm changing the real.
Well, actually, Moon Peach, I'm sorry.
So you can say that I'm changing. You can say that I'm changing the argument. I guess so you can cook me for that. But what I really should have said was that, at least for me, the way, especially as we get more and more modern, they're just not written well.
But I guess to me, we do get those moments, like for example, whether it be the break right before they fight Cell, whether it be the beginning of OG Z, would it be when Goku, after the Saiyans attack and she's with him in the hospital, like by his side, like all these things. And also, when you say bad communication, they're very much like they communicate everything. That's why I'm a little confused by this, right? Like she is not uninformed about what Goku does. She's not uninformed about things going on. She just doesn't like that Gohan gets involved. But again, he is necessary. Like for example, Goku said, like Chi-Chi, Goku. Here's the greatest thing. Goku was about to not let Gohan participate in the Cell Gates until he got Chi-Chi's approval. Like he said, Chi-Chi, if you let Gohan, because Goku knew I can't be Cell. We need, but he would not cross that boundary with Chi-Chi, even though he knew he was going to lose. Think about that for a second. I think that to me speaks to the writing of their character, like the fact they're willing to make these sacrifices for each other. For example, she doesn't want Goku to be involved in fighting, but she does because of Goku. Gohan does it. Gohan at the beginning of the story when Goku allows like Krillin and Bulma and Roshi to meet Gohan. They literally say like, "You see martial arts?" Well, nah, because she just wanted to fight. Like Goku said, it's such a waste. I wanted to teach my son to be martial arts. I want my son to share my passion, but his mom is not okay with that, so I respect her decision. Like to me, we have such a good understand how they feel about each other. We have those moments in between arcs or when Goku is injured because like those are the times that the story is going to focus on those moments. So I feel like those moments are there. I feel like when we have those down moments, we have a complete understanding of their relationship. They do communicate well. Like they make sacrifices for each other. I think for a story that is not a romance story, it does what it needs to do. Like that's why I'm a little confused. Like what?
And I guess for me, I'll say I just don't think they do it well enough for me to buy it.
So
That's just where I'm at, and I get you guys don't have to like that reason, but I just don't agree with it.
Let Moon Peaches go, and then we'll have to go to the next one.
Okay, so I have like a question. So, how was their relationship actually established? Because, like I said, like from what I'm hearing now, I'd put them in like C or B for the simple fact of like it's an established relationship, but how was the relationship established? Was he already in this relationship when the story started, or did it like progress over time? Because if it was just kind of like a thing where it was like, oh, in the background it's progressing, then no, I don't think that it deserves to be B. Then I would put it in C, just for the simple fact of the way that it started. But then you're being shown a different side of a relationship, which is a more established relationship where you don't have to necessarily do the hugging and kissing and showing all of that all the time. But if it's almost like a Sasuke and
no, it's not that. It's not that even remotely close.
For context,
not even close.
They met when they were kids, and she had a crush on him. Goku didn't develop that until the end of.
So it's more of like a Hinata thing, then.
No. Well, so I don't know if what do you mean by not a thing? You're talking about.
No, like Hinata, like Naruto and Hinata.
Like Naruto and Hinata.
The reason why I don't know, it's not like a Naruto and Hinata because in the story of Naruto, we don't see them together until Boruto. Like if you take this to Naruto manga, we don't really see Naruto and we don't see Naruto and Hinata as a.
I think she's talking about how they get started. And
yeah,
I think
I'm talking like the establishment of like her pining after him and him kind of like just kind of being an idiot about it, basically.
Okay, so I guess the beginning of the relationship is that she had a crush on him because she had a crush on him because like he was a strong warrior, and they ended up meeting a few times OG Dragon Ball, and then in the end of the tournament they end up getting together in a tournament. And that's what I said. I think in Z we get and that's why I
wouldn't say that. So like
I think it's like a C or B. C or B. If you want to say C, it's fine.
I would put it in a C.
To me, I was like, I don't really see how OG Dragon Ball does a better job of fleshing a relationship than Z does. I don't see how that does that. But.
Can I just ask one question though? Because it's not even about Dragon Ball Z. This pertains to just shonen romance as a whole. I just when we come to these romances and like some things you don't like based off like and this is because you said this last week and then you said it a few times again. You're like they don't spend enough quality time together enough for your liking. And so my question to you is like, how many panels or how much time of an episode would you want them to use up to establish like the small nuances of these relationships with certain characters, especially when like the overarching plot of the story isn't really specifically pertaining to that said relationship. You know what I'm saying? Like if it's, if for example, like Uraka and Deku, like you said, they weren't together enough. I think they spent a lot of time together in school. Like they were
I agree.
Always around each other. They were in the same friend group with Ida. So it's like they may not have always seen them sitting on the couch watching TV, but they've had so many dynamics. That's why I'm like, when you say spending more time together, are you talking about like going on dates and like kissing and like hugging? Because I think like I think a relationship or a romance, because we're talking about them in couples and obviously using like the eyes of it being a shonen anime. How much can they really give you per episode?
Like for instance, Eren and Mikasa to me is maybe my favorite modern shonen romance. Like obviously it doesn't need to be intimate for me to say, even though I would probably prefer that, but I think that's just the slice of life of me saying that. But it's just the fact that for some reason I really buy maybe it takes somebody way smarter than me to explain the nuances of their relationship, but I really buy their relationship together. I really do. It just really works for me. And when I look at, for instance, like Tanjiro and Kanai from Demon Slayer, what are we doing? They have that one moment in the start, and sure, they meet up, but it's not good. All of a sudden, they're just together at the end, and people just, oh, they had such a great. I'm like, when they're not, they just don't. Whether it's because the author just had things to do or anything like that, like they just don't spend the time enough together at all to even establish.
Yo, but don't you think?
Sorry, go ahead.
But isn't Eren and Mikasa kind of like, bro, like they literally spend the entire series together, like, you know what I'm saying? Like that's
the worst example you could have picked.
And not even. Yeah, I was gonna say there's not a lot of romance in that regard, but it's like if you're talking about, I'm going back to the spending time together. I mean, bro, that's the most extreme two you could have picked because
it was just the first one that came to mind. It was just the first one that came to mind. It was just the first one that came to mind.
Like, tailored to extremes.
We'll get to that, but yeah, random. You definitely need to articulate exactly what about it that you don't like, right? So that way it helps you understand which pieces of information you are looking for or you're missing out on. So we'll dive into that more as we go on. But J-Rod,
my bad. I know you want to move on. That's my time. I'm sorry.
No, you good. It's your turn. To pick a relationship.
I'm gonna just take the easy way out. I'm just gonna put Naruto and Hinata in. I'm gonna put them in S tier. I'm putting them at the top.
Bro, I'm not gonna lie. That's Naruto Hinata. Low-key one of my favorite journeys.
What?
I love it. I love it, bro.
I got them A.
What's up?
A-S. I don't care.
I got them.
I'm gonna be honest. She went S to me. She went S to me when she was ready to die for my dog.
With pain.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. And then the movie, bro. The movie set it off. Like the movie kind of made him realize, like, oh, this girl really been rocked. So I think,
and we're counting Boruto. We have
from A to S.
Taylor, you haven't seen the movie. I think the movie's a big needle mover.
Yeah, but I've seen Naruto, and it just
she never saw the last.
No, she hasn't seen the last movie.
You gotta watch the last.
Oh, she gotta see the last.
You gotta watch.
See the last,
man.
Did you see the war?
It's all about them.
Like it's all about them. It gives you like some of the little kid parts.
I understand that, but I'm just saying from what I've seen in it, I put them almost on the same level of Sasuke and Sakura. Like I don't.
No way.
Well, I have a question.
Almost. Sasuke and Sakura are still worse, but it's just it's the her pining after him and then him just being like, oh, I finally got to where I wanted and did what I want, so now I'm gonna go ahead and like just go with whoever's been pining after me the longest.
No, but
another woman.
How do you?
No, but hold on. I not forget when Sakura came up to Naruto and was like, "I love you, Naruto. You can be with me now. You don't got to do this no more." And Naruto,
I've heard a lot of.
We better talk Naruto. I'm just saying.
I've heard a lot of. I don't know if this is just. I don't know if this like has to do with
Naruto, by the way.
Put them headphones on and listen to this.
Don't listen to him.
It's just romance. You can listen.
Yeah, you can listen. It's good.
No, because I might bring up specific.
No, that thing.
I'm gonna bring up a specific moment.
Oh yeah, I was spoiling with that.
Yeah, I would say this. So I think that, and I don't know. It's just I see the pattern. I think a lot of the female fans have just an issue. If this was reversed, and he was pining after her,
I still would have hated it.
I'm not necessarily saying you. I'm telling you what I feel like I've seen consistently. It's like if a dude is kind of doing this thing and he's not. I don't think it was a Naruto not feeling Hinata. I just feel like
in the beginning, yes, it was.
No, he literally. I don't know. I just think he didn't know.
I think that Naruto still showed a lot of respect and care for Hinata before. Like it didn't have to be. I like her. He respected her. That's more important to me. His respect for her was so high. Like he said, like this girl got beat down but didn't give up. That's one of the big.
Can I bring up a scene, Todd?
Yeah.
You literally talking about it when he dips his when she gets her ass beat by Neji and he walks up and he puts his hand.
I've seen that part.
He puts his hand in her blood and reaches it out to Neji and is like, "Yo, like when I see you, because of what you did to her, I'm gonna prove to you that she's right and you're wrong, and that destiny can be overwritten just by being a strong fighter, having a strong will. All of that. It's not about how you're born. I thought that was a really good scene that showed how much he cared for her just by being a respectful, good dude. It wasn't about him.
But I didn't see that in a romance setting. I just saw that as that's what he would do in general.
But
like that would just be his reaction in general, not just because it was her.
But to me, I don't. To me, I don't think that. To me, I don't think that really matters. Let me tell you why. It's still building. Let me tell you why. It's still building.
Talking about the romance of these two here.
I know. Stick with me for a second.
S tier.
Stick with me for a second. I mean, it could be A. I don't know if it's S tier or not. I mean, what I'm saying is those moments build their personal relationship, though. Like it builds their personal relationship. It's like if you dated somebody. It's like y'all build a friendship first, and then y'all dating it works. I think that them building respect, building respect for her, building care for her, makes him the husband he is to her now.
And to bounce off that is like this is what I said last podcast episode. There are different types of relationships and how they are created, and this is definitely one where Hinata already had the established feelings. But like what Ty was saying, everything Naruto was doing with Hinata was building their relationship continuously. Like there are when Shippuden happens, the other moment where Hinata did the huge moment to save Naruto, and we've never seen Naruto go that berserk ever. Out of everyone, Hinata made him go the most berserk in the entire series.
He was like, "I'm gonna tear this thing down."
We're forgetting
Lonnie, don't beat me to it.
Because this is where I'm slightly siding with her, because we are forgetting Boruto, and because this is why I think it's more A than S, because as you guys were talking about Chi-Chi and Goku, how like sometimes like when in terms of like when kids are involved and stuff like that, it becomes more about sacrifice and putting like kids first and stuff like that. Like that's a big basis of their relationship. So that Boruto scene. Was he being a good husband / father?
When he didn't go to the birthday party.
When he didn't go to the birthday party, because who's the parents? At the end of the day, no.
I'm gonna be honest.
At the end of the day, here's the thing. At the end of the day, Hinata is his partner. Hinata is his life partner. Who had to deal with the fallout of that? Who had to deal with the fallout of that?
But Hinata is the one who understood why it was happening.
But he still put her in that position.
That doesn't mean that it should happen.
What's wrong with that?
No.
Can we stop acting like
that's like saying Lonnie became the president and he couldn't spend as much time with you, but y'all knew Lonnie was becoming the president. Like that's going to be an 8-year little adjustment.
Yeah, but that's not thing, right?
Lonnie got to drop the ball, man. He had to deal with the fallout. That's why I'm saying it's more A, not S. I'm putting it in A, not S.
I ain't gonna lie to y'all. People treat Naruto again attempting to make the birthday mistake. Y'all treat that like this man committed a murder. Oh my God! The president of the world had. It just so happens that his son's birthday collided with his responsibility to the village, because he is not only a husband, he is literally the father of the village. Like
I understand why he did it, Tom.
But you also have to remember.
The bringer of world peace.
Y'all judging this by weird criteria.
No, it's not even about world peace.
Hold on a second, Lonnie. I'm bringing it up because you said that makes him you said is that him being a good father husband? I'm saying yes. Like he's not a bad husband because he had Hokage responsibility.
He's not bad for it, but it's still like when he comes eventually comes home, he has to be like, yo, babe, I'm sorry that happened, yada yada yada. He still has to like have that conversation.
What made him a good husband and good father?
Showing up.
So leaving his Hokage responsibilities for
he was doing paperwork. Paperwork can wait till tomorrow, nigga.
What?
What are you talking about, bro?
Why doesn't he have the shadow? Why doesn't he have the shadow clone doing the paperwork?
I think we're making light of the fact that he is a world leader.
I'm saying, why isn't the shadow clone doing the paperwork? He's not Naruto, the fastest nigga in the verse. He can't fly and ride you over there at the house.
I'm not saying he's
Why are we discussing this man's job so much? We're not
because
because we're talking about time.
Lonnie brought it
brought
up.
time.
No,
He
but
brought
at
up
the
the
same
birthday.
time, no, we're really acting like two things. One, he couldn't have the shadow clone doing the paperwork while he literally passed
This
it
is
at
a
home.
weird. This
Two,
is a
we're
weird
also
hill to
acting like
die
this
on.
nigga
This is
can't
not even
travel
a.
like near light speed.
Lonnie,
You're making this look
Here's
bad,
my
Lonnie.
question.
Teleport
Here's
at the
my
house real
question.
quick.
Here's my question.
One at a
This
time.
is your savior.
One
This
at
is
a
your
time.
This your
king.
One at
king?
a time. One at a
This
time.
is bad. This is a bad look.
This is my question.
You know the weird thing about this? The weird thing about people saying, "Oh, the shadow clone could have been there," so it would have exploded in the office, and he would have been at like. If the clone disappeared regardless, that means that and he was gonna be missing in one of the locations. Like
He couldn't just stop by real quick. He could stop by. We know how fast this nigga
I'm
is.
just
We
be
know
like,
how
before-
fast this
Hey,
nigga is.
before
What's
you
taking him
ask your
5
question.
seconds to get home?
Hold on. Before you ask your question, Kent Lipscomb Jr. Appreciate you becoming a member on the YouTube channel. Hey, we cooking up over here. We really doing things. We see all of y'all. We hit 40 people in this. So y'all support the channel, like, subscribe, because we got more stuff to do. But Moon Peach is about to ask a question. I'll let her ask.
J Rob, is you hug your top 5, top 10?
My ADHD took over, and I completely forgot what I was going to say.
All right. Well, let's move on to the.
I just don't think it belongs in S tier. I'd put it in B.
I could put an A.
I'd put an A.
I'll say A. I'm okay with
We'll
A.
go down to A. But I'm
I ain't gonna lie,
definitely not
they
going.
I'm moving Goku Chichi up one.
Could you?
Oh my
No,
god!
Peaches, could
Goku
you
and
watch?
Chi-Chi stay in C.
Moon
We've
Peaches, could
already
you
No,
watch?
wait, hold on a
Could
second.
you and
I'm
Lonnie? Could
saying-
you and Lonnie watch Naruto
I'm-
the last together, and then could we do this one more?
Sure,
time?
Lonnie.
Please,
Okay.
Treat your girl to a
please,
good time and
please.
we'll watch Naruto.
Please
live.
watch this movie first, and then
Always-
please.
always
say just
I
one
that
thing.
because-
I beg you,
always
watch
I
the
say
movie
B.
first.
I will
Always I-
watch the movie.
Thank you, thank you,
Only
thank
reason
you.
I say B is because all the stuff we get in Z, but that's what I think.
I will just say, just rewatch the moment where Naruto's ninja way was on the brink of getting removed out of his mind, out of his heart, and who brought him back. That's all I'm saying.
For real.
Who brought him back?
Hey, Santo, you pick the next one. On you.
I'll go. You know what? I'll go with the right here.
There is no fucking way. Y'all put Vegeta over. Oh my.
No, if
Listen,
Chi-Chi and
I said it
Goku
once,
can't get
I'll
to that
say it
tier,
again.
but we're
The
gonna
only
do.
thing I know of these two is off of Tumblr, and it was very
I got you. I'll
explicit.
explain the relationship.
Wait,
I'll explain it to you.
hold
I'll
on.
Yo,
Hold-
I want
hold
you
on.
to know Vegeta is a horny frog, and he liked what he seen. He
No.
liked what he seen. He was
Can I-
a freaky
wait,
frog, and he
And she
liked Bulma.
trapped
That's
him.
how it started.
Yo.
Bulma gave
Yo,
her
yo.
a scorpion deathlock.
But
She
please.
scorpion deathlock Vegeta and made him a baby daddy. And that's oh my.
Can I please explain their relationship?
Hold on. Before you go, can I just say
God.
that was a troll?
Oh.
This is
That
where
was
I
a-
have him. It's great having the power here.
Oh, hold on.
We do love him some Bulma now.
Hold on.
Now though, we love him some Bulma.
Hold
though. I
on.
will
Before
admit, we
anybody,
love Bulma.
before you all go crazy, let me just. He sent a $2 super chat. We need to revisit power system between comics and anime. Trust
No, you
me. We probably will.
I want to
though.
be on that one.
What we're gonna do is probably gonna do like a power system anime draft for a future episode. We'll have Lion on for that, but in due time, we'll have a different type of power system conversation.
Right,
but,
fuck your
oh,
son
here's
till
my
you're
problem.
7 years
Oh,
old.
hold
Kai,
on. Trent just sent a $5 super chat. He said, "W Street, why I look like you got my brother."
Oh, why'd they
You said
slandering
I
me for?
Nah,
You
Trent,
say
they
I
jumped
jumped
me.
in.
They jumped me, Todd. They jumped me, Trent. They
Nah,
jumped
I'm
me.
saying actually,
Trent,
Lonnie
you
got
need
jumped
to
today.
rewind to
Real.
past the random in the beginning.
Please,
Trent, that shit
bro.
was
Trent,
funny.
rewind to the beginning.
Kai,
Watch
can I
Random Eulogy.
explain?
It's hilarious,
No,
bro.
You can-
I just go ahead, Santo.
Thank you.
Please let me go after Santo. Please let me go after Santo.
So the reason I have it in A, I think that from the beginning, we all know it started as a one night stand.
That boy, I haven't said anything yet.
Facts.
It's starting from there. He liked cheeks. She gave it to him. Yamcha, step aside. The real G comes in. I will say that for a Saiyan that is very prideful and is very at points extremely selfish and puts pride over everything. I think Bulma really got to his soul, to his core. It shows that she really unlocks a lot of his character to me in Dragon Ball Z, in Dragon Ball Super. That's just me. To see someone go from I'm gonna destroy everything to when he's about to sacrifice himself for the entire world, the first thing that he thinks about is his wife and his kids. It shows to me a level of intimacy, of passion, of commitment to his partner. Yeah, I think it's up there. I think it's more. I think it's greater than Goku Chi-Chi personally.
That's my
Well,
Bulma.
Before, hey Ty, before you go, I want to say something real quick because I know you're about
I also
to
wanna
go
say
crazy.
something.
I wanna say real quick. For someone like me, who's not really like an emotional person, I think I give so much credit to when there's moments that is built up so well, where it's like I felt that. And Vegeta and Bulma have two moments. Vegeta, final stand, of course, and then that's my Bulma. Man, that's my Bulma. It's so top tier,
Where he
man.
puts his life on the line twice.
I
So top.
I just want to say one thing, Ty, real quick before you go, okay? Because the
You
only
gotta blow
things
up.
this man is
crashing
dying.
out.
The only things that I know, one is that this man, like, whenever I saw them, it always reminded me of Godzilla and Levy off of Fairy Tales. So already they win in my book. They're already better. But secondly, this man, according to Tumblr, is nothing but a freak. So
Yes.
The greatest sugar baby in anime history.
Yo,
Let's
he's
put
a
it back.
freaky
All
frog.
right,
yo.
please, y'all, please. I'm begging y'all, please.
Go ahead, Ty.
Go crazy, Ty.
First of all, here's my problem, right? First of all, Goku had that against Zamasu. When Zamasu killed Chi-Chi from a different fucking timeline, he crashed out. It wasn't even his Chi-Chi. He still fucking crashed out because it was a it didn't matter. It didn't matter. It don't matter. It don't matter. Hold on, it don't matter. Second of all, when Goku died, both times he died, Chi-Chi was the first thing he thought of. Like he literally both times he died against Radix and against freaking Cell. Both times. So that to me, that's a wash. Second of all, Vegeta is people talk about Goku being a bad husband. Vegeta was literally awful.
Literally bad husband.
Do y'all know that when Bulma got pregnant, when he after he smashed Bulma, she did not see this nigga for a year. They said, "Hey, yo, where's Vegeta?" She said, "Shit, I don't know. She got a baby in her. I don't know where that nigga."
But they care about that birthday party,
I
though.
haven't seen him.
But that birthday party didn't go through that.
He did a lot in that birthday party.
Yeah. Again, people talk about birthdays. Mind y'all, that was 3 years. 3 years that passed between the Freedom Saga and Navi. So we don't know when Trunks was conceived. Maybe he was like 2. The nigga been gone for a long time. That's all I know. Secondly, Dr. Zero comes. He literally blasts the entire air. All the Z fighters are there. Vegeta dips to go fight the androids. Trunks, future Trunks, saves baby Trunks and Bulma. And he goes to Vegeta and says, "Aren't you going to save your mother, your child?" He said, "Why don't I save her for?" Literally. He says, "I don't care." He literally says, "I do not care." Second of all, him eventually settling down for a family was not because it was a large part of it was because he loved Bulma. Another part of it, he's influenced by Goku. He literally said, I thought your strength came from your family, and I thought I would get the same thing." That is why in the Buu saga, when Goku comes back, he turns to Majin Vegeta and literally puts the entire world in danger. If someone with the Majin symbol fights, they literally feed Boost rebirth. He literally blasted people at the tournament. Also, he almost hit Bulma, by the way. I don't know if y'all know that. That key blast literally was right next to Bulma. He almost killed his wife. By the way, y'all probably didn't know that, did y'all? He almost killed fucking Bulma. So then he literally is willing to lie. He said, Goku literally asks, "Yo, you do realize that Bulma could die and Trunks could die?" He said, "I don't care. Let's fight." What? Goku would never do that.
Goku don't even kiss his wife.
Ever. Goku has never ever.
Vegeta didn't hug his son till he nuked himself. First time he hugged his son was when he nuked himself.
Bro, I feel like
we're not gonna pretend like the first time we saw Kid Trunks and Vegeta. Vegeta literally punched him in the face.
Come on, bro.
You know what's so crazy? And this is why I'm saying.
And I gotta follow up with Taz done.
If we were talking the context of what the relationship built off of, it happened fucking off screen. It happened off screen, right?
Thank you, Ty.
We actually see Goku and Goku Chi-Chi more together and interacting. I know Tumblr posts. I know the angsty guy and then the bubbly girl is a good combo, so people love it and people we make fan art of it. Yada yada yada. I know that overrated ass moment of Vegeta sacrificing himself, even though Goku did the same thing twice on fucking Ready. And matter of fact, it's diluted because he literally almost let his wife die before, like literally an hour before. His wife, he almost got his wife killed an hour before, and him save his life for sure, whatever. But if they're in fucking A, put Goku Chi-Chi in fucking S.
Yeah,
I just think that they deserve to be an A.
And the other part too with them being an A, that's also ridiculous is the genesis of like Vegeta as a character. Like the difference between him and Goku is that Goku had lived on Earth for a long-standing amount of time, learned how to be human. Vegeta still got like that warrior Viking shit in him at this point when he meets Bulma. He is fighting, effing, and that's it, bro. Battle junkie and get that nut off. Like that is literally where he's at this point in the story. So I just feel like we cannot look at his relationship with Bulma because his character development. He grows as a character and attribute it solely to that relationship because that's just not true.
Yo, Randall, where would
his character development literally has come because he'd be losing fights.
And I will say, I want to clarify one thing. I don't think the relationship is bad. I don't think it's poorly written. Only aspect I do think is a little off is when Vegeta goes Majin, because that was a quick. I get like Goku's coming back had a crazy. Goku coming back had a fucked up Vegeta's head because he had given up fighting after Goku died in Cell Saga. So seeing Goku for only like 24 hours, like I gotta fight this dude right here, right now. I'll never be able to get my pride back because this low class warrior surpassed me for years, and this is the only opportunity I gotta fight him. So I'm willing to put my wife's life in danger for my pride. Sure, whatever. And then a few hours later, he's like, actually, my wife's more important than my pride. Whatever. That's the only part I feel like was really sloppy and rushed. But when we're putting it over Goku and Chi-Chi, what is the criteria? Is it who has the best fan art? Who has the best what is the criteria? That's not to you. That's not to you, Ted. That's not to you. I'm talking about like people in general put them highly based on based on what are we basing it on?
So I can tell you, at least from a woman's perspective, it is the whole bad boy.
And that's why I said
that fighting, the Viking thing, the fighting and fucking only. Sorry for the language, but that's from a one standpoint. That's what it is.
Yes,
that's he has that edge to him that Goku doesn't have, and so that's why their relationship is hyped up more than Goku and Chi-Chi's. From that standpoint alone,
angst and versus bubbly. I mean,
I'll put this here. He said, Deco said, Ty Cooking, $2 super chat. Shout out, man.
Random, where do you put them?
I completely agree with Ty. I understand I put Goku and Chi-Chi in trash, but Vegeta's is worst. His lows are so bad.
Oh, so you would also put it in trash?
It should be like if there's a tier below trash, I'd put Vegeta and Bulma.
So
I understand my.
Hold on. So are we talking in what's the better relationship?
Y'all love my Bulma. Y'all love my Bulma. But we're not gonna sit here and pretend like he has at least attempted to kill Trunks once. He's attempted to kill Bulma twice. Like y'all cannot overrate. Y'all cannot just skip over how bad those lows are. You just can't.
I agree to everything you're saying. So this is why I rate it highly. It's in terms of the romance itself. That's why I try to specify the two differences. In terms of their relationship, talk as hell, terrible relationship until they get better in Super. So that is great. But when I'm watching Shonen and when I'm looking at a relationship, what I look forward to, what I find most interesting is mostly the build up to the relationship, especially when it's such an unconventional situation, because that's what Vegeta and Bulma was. Like you said, one night stand. This guy was fully prideful. He was evil at the beginning of the series. And the fact that Bulma was able to convert this character to the person he becomes at the end, and it culminates with some of the most emotional, most interesting, most captivating, most iconic moments in all of anime history. That's why I favor it so high, because it shows the build of their relationship.
We literally have those.
Bulma and the
we literally talk. We watch Riddell glaze my Bulma. Like you're acting like we haven't freaking brought up Super. We have, but you cannot just go over You cannot just go over what Vegeta does in Z and say, well, y'all haven't brought up anything in Super. He almost killed Chi-Chi. I mean, he almost killed Bulma on multiple occasions. Just because one time because he just wanted to fight one time because he just wanted to fight Goku because he wasn't there for a day.
So
like,
for clarification, Random, you have it below trash. You have it below trash.
Vegeta and Bulma's relationship, its lows are so bad. I put it below Goku and Chi-Chi.
I don't.
Ty, do Saiyans love their wives?
To do Saiyans love their wives?
Yes.
Like, talking about like the Saiyans,
the history of Saiyans.
We don't have enough. I don't think we have enough context. I think that we
have Bardock and his wife.
Yeah, but they were like an exceptional situation.
And technically, we have Tarbell and his wife, Vegeta's brother, because they're also canon.
I would say
also exceptional situation.
I would say this. I would say this. Their relationships are not conventional to what we would look at.
Okay.
So like I don't know if love is the right word. Like, for example, we know that they don't value relationships the same. Like, depending on the Saiyan they are. Like, we know that like low class Saiyans like cling together. Like, for example, Radix thought that Nappa and Vegeta were really his friends. Like, that was maybe like he's like, yo, they're gonna wish me back. And then they're on the intercom, or they're on the scouter talking to each other. Yeah, we want to get those dry balls. And then Nappa was like, "Well, wish Radix back." He's like, "Nick, why we wish that weakling back?"
Wait,
like,
that was
Radix
such a great point. That was a great point by Santo, because based on what we think we know about what Saiyans were, pure-blooded Saiyans were, and the fact that Vegeta was able to cheat.
That's where I was going. Okay. So you have the Prince of Saiyans, who's very pride driven. He comes from a broken past, everything. He doesn't experience love, none of that.
Okay.
He gets with this person after a one-night stand. That's the basis of their relationship. It's nothing. He's a baby. She's a baby mama at that point. And the fact that he goes from that to, I love my wife, I'm willing to sacrifice everything, my pride, she becomes his pride. Like, I think that's impactful for me.
She made a hole into a housemaker.
So because it took him enough till Super to become that, we got to give him more credit because of his character development. But Goku been doing that, having those qualities of being a family person. And again, I'm not saying that I don't think their relationship shouldn't be on the same tier, because I agree with everything you're saying. I just wouldn't put one over the other.
I think, to me, we have to think about what his pride is. His pride comes from the idea of being the most powerful Saiyan. Goku, like, his pride does have to do with Bulma, but it's mostly pertaining to a relationship with Goku. The first time Vegeta's pride crumbles is when Goku makes him bleed in the Saiyan saga. His pride is, I am the most powerful Saiyan. Goku challenges that idea, which crumbles his pride. Then his pride was, I'll be the first Super Saiyan. Goku's crumbles that by becoming the first Super Saiyan. Then he thinks he becomes an Ascended Saiyan, and then not only Goku, but also Goku's son surpasses him. Like, his pride is based on his hierarchy of the and with amongst the last couple Saiyans left. And so what humbles him and brings him down mostly is Goku. Like, what helps him recontextualize and revisit his pride is Goku. Like, the fact that he took on a mentor is very with Goku. Like, Goku has never had any type of pride. We came up taking on mentors. The more Goku like he becomes, the lower his pride is. Like, as far as like him being selfish and all those things. That's why he talked about, he thought his strength came from his family. And when he thought that his change would also come if he had a family, but it didn't. Because Goku's is bigger than that too. So like, I feel like most of his adjustments, Bulma does have a piece. Bulma and Trunks do have a piece of that. I do think that. But I think most of his pride was shifted because of his relationship with Goku.
Which it's fine to say. We'll move on for now, because I think there's more meat on the bones for that one. But we have so many.
Can we still move them down?
So
yes, I agree with that. We can move them both down. I want to say this last part too. I'm looking at the chat, and I just feel like the chat and some of the things we're talking about, we are giving Vegeta more grace because of how drastic of a character change he had when we're having this conversation. And I think this not fair, because, and I think Moonpie just hit it on the nose. Going from the bad boy Viking to this family wholesome man, I think to a lot of people that seems like a big deal, but I get it. He's had a lot of development, but Goku, a lot of these qualities that you're saying that Vegeta possesses now, Goku has shown signs of possessing those feelings and those traits a little bit earlier. So I think you could put them both in the same tier.
I think they're both C tier, if we're going to be honest.
I think
still say A
Goku
tier.
develops
Let's all
those.
vote. Let's all vote.
I just think that Goku has those traits because he was on Earth.
Right.
Like,
Right.
Not necessarily, because there's some messed up
But that's
people on
but
Earth.
also too, we could also say one of the reasons why Vegeta has those traits is because he met Goku.
Yeah,
Of
it's
course.
A lot of his
It's in
influences
part
from more
due to-
what he's seen from Goku. You could argue at times, you know.
It's in part due to
Let's
meeting
be
Goku,
honest. His
but
real
a
love
lot of
interest
it's
is
also due
Goku
to
and not his
Bulma.
wife.
No, I disagree because
I
Goku,
disagree with that.
Vegeta will sacrifice
When
his
it
life
comes
for
to
family.
character development,
Oh, because Goku's is on screen more and with Vegeta. So, but let's vote. Let's all vote. Lonnie, what do you give Vegeta and Bulma?
B or C?
Pick one.
B.
Random.
It should at least be on the same tier as Goku and Chi-Chi. C.
C. So B, C, J Rob.
I'll say C. Both of them could go in C.
So 2 C's, 1 B. Santo.
Oh, you see where I have it.
A. Miles.
A.
A. I say A. Moon Peaches.
C.
C. So we got 3 C's, 3 A's, 1 B. Tie. Lock it.
Tie.
You say
You-
B, you say B, it goes in B. If you say C, it goes in C. If you say A,
Facts.
it goes in A. You're basically deciding where it goes right now.
I wanted in B because I think Goku Chi should also be in B, but having it over Goku Chi just seems insane to me. Like I don't get it.
So
But
C?
I would have been C. I think they both deserve to be in B for me.
Politicking, man. All right.
C.
You know what? I'll do this
All right, next one.
just to be
That's rude
petty.
as hell, bro.
Just to be
That's rude
petty.
as hell.
That's just petty.
That's just
I'm being
rude.
petty.
Miles, it's on you. And let's we'll start trying to move the obvious ones we'll move past quicker.
I think the big facts.
Ichigo and Orihime. C.
I agree with that.
A
I'm
lot of
cool
what
with that.
a lot of what Random says, I really don't buy it. I feel like they kind of use that damsel in distress kind of situation to kind of push the
Mhm.
relationship along. And I feel like she just has a lot. She has better chemistry to me with other characters in the story. Like it was kind of a weird toxic relationship kind of thing, but her and Okiura I feel had a lot of good chemistry.
Facts. I agree with that
Even
too.
though and from her end it was kind of like a Stockholm syndrome type of deal, and it was Okiura kind of figuring himself
Yes.
out. I think they had a lot of good chemistry. I think Oryu, even though it was one sided, they had good chemistry. I just feel like Ichigo and Orihime never really got locked in like that to me, and even on a regular like platonic friendship level, they didn't really do much to me. He was just always saving her ass. Now
I agree.
Ichigo and Rukia though, they got it. But
Yes,
we
bro.
can only
Yes, bro.
we can only
Yes.
Yes.
No,
That was forced. That was
Randall,
forced.
the only reason why I say why they have it is because I feel like a lot of their interactions, at least on a platonic level, they had a lot more of those
Facts.
than I would say
Yes.
Facts.
Ichigo and
They
Orihime
had a
had.
better overall chemistry.
She's
I
the one
think
that
there was
restored
more
his
like
powers.
brother
She
and
gave-
sister between Rukia
No.
and Ichigo.
No.
I can
No.
take it either way.
No.
I can
There
agree
was
with that.
tension.
I'm
There
not
was
mad at that.
tension.
That was
I'm not mad at that.
when,
Randall.
when he
But-
saves her from that.
But
When he
Miles,
saves her from the
When I
execution,
watched
I do
it
She had
for the
butterflies. You
first
can't tell me she
time-
didn't.
potentially saw them together.
What
When
do
I
you mean?
watched it the first time and
Rukia
found
and
out that he
Ichigo?
doesn't end up with her,
yeah.
I was very upset. I stopped watching it for a little bit.
I
J-Rob,
mean,
my point.
Go
My
ahead,
fault,
go ahead.
Riddell. My
Go
point
ahead.
being, J-Rob, because I do agree with you. I just feel
Yeah.
like they had a lot more interactions to where I could see it
Mhm.
going a bunch of different directions.
Yeah.
Where with Orihime, I just didn't get that to me.
No, fact, I agree. You know who Orihime sometimes was like to me? They Princess Peach to her a lot, bro.
Yeah.
She was Princess
Yeah.
Peach, bro. Like for real. Like she was Princess Peach. And I'm like, I get it, but like I agree. I think the damsel in distress trope really didn't do her justice.
They tried hard with the with the Grimjow fight where like at first like she like was scared. She was scared of like the whole hollow mask and stuff like that because of the trauma with her brother. And then like she realized like, oh, he like it's Ichigo, he's always gonna be there to protect me, like, oh, don't die, Ichigo type shit. But that's still that movie that much is like, yo, this nigga's really like this nigga went into a whole nother dimension for you, basically. A whole nother world. And you're just the main thing you say is don't die. Like, I would have been like, I would have looked at her sideways, like, fuck out of here. But no, like, I agree. It's like it's C tier. But with Rukia, like when I said like the chemistry where I the moment where I thought like okay, like they might because Loki, I feel like the fight with Renji was like it was more over Rukia than like the whole situation, and the fact that like Renchi kind of said like, "Yo, I can't do this by myself. Like, I'm not good enough to save her. I'm passing you the torch." Like to me, I almost took that like, "Yo, he's passing on Rukia to Ichigo in that moment."
No, I did not get
But
that.
it didn't work out like
not
that.
get
It didn't work
that
out
at
like
all.
that.
I
So it
did
was
not
like,
get
okay.
that at all, bro.
Especially when he saved her from the execution, and he was like, he was right up to her, like, "Oh, hey, what's up?" I was like, "Yo, there's no way she don't got butterflies right now." Like he's holding back like a phoenix.
But
Which
then
he
he
Ichigo is a
did-
badass, but I mean,
but then-
he saves everybody in dramatic fashion. So it's
Didn't
like-
he like literally throw her to her nigga like the next page? He threw it to Renji.
Yeah, Renji.
Yeah.
Her. That's it. That's Reggie's girl, right?
Also,
Hey,
I ain't gonna lie, Orihime, she did drop a bar when she visited Ichigo right before she left the wake up. She said, "If I have five different lives, all five when I fall in love with you." That was tough. That was a bar.
That's a fact.
That was
That
cute.
was
It was
a
cute.
bar.
It was really
That
cute.
was a bar.
I still give it. It's still just.
Yeah,
And
I
the
mean,
fact that she left with Aizen to protect Ichigo too, I think she deserves credit.
Nah,
I think that she
Give me
loved
Kisuke and
him.
Yoriichi before
Nah,
Hime and Ichigo.
All right, let me go. Let me try to pick a not a controversial one because I know for a fact one that will be a debate. So let me I'll go Escanor and Merlin. Now I don't think it's trash, but it's like
It's
My
it's
boy
the
was NTR
typical.
the whole
He's
goddamn-
pining
the
after
whole
her.
goddamn
She's
story.
no.
She never loved him. She loved fucking Meliodas the whole time.
Oh, I agree. She never loved him. She loved Meliodas. They had one moment at the end of the story, so it's like they're 100% not trash. There was really it's kind of Escanor saying that he liked her, but it wasn't really like that big a deal. But I don't want to put it trash. But it's not C. It's not at the same level as these three.
You might have to put it trash because they only have
I
one
have
moment,
to put
Put
it
bro.
it in
I have
trash
to put it
because
trash.
I mean, I wouldn't
have
even call that a romance. Like,
She kissed him once while he was dying. That's okay, like a petty kiss.
That's the
When you
petty
think
kiss.
about it.
it
It was.
literally was
Guys,
out
That's
of
the
pity.
friend
Yeah,
zone
like
kiss.
that's all
This
it
dude
was.
is
Let's
dying.
keep
Let
it
me
an absolute stack. Let's keep it absolute stack. Your boy Escanor was NTR the whole story, and the perfect definition of an anime friend zone. And she's like, "Well, I'll just keep the scar on my face to remember you. If you don't fucking shut the fuck up and just let me die," because she definitely knew how she felt. She definitely knew how he felt. She used that feeling constantly in the story.
Oh my God.
Come on, man.
No.
She hold
strung
my
him
boy.
along.
She hold Escanor the whole
She
story.
She didn't hold him, but
It was
She
some
strung him
soft
along.
hoeing. It was some soft core hoeing.
it was
Soft.
Yeah, she definitely knew what she was doing.
facts.
Yeah,
She
it wasn't.
knew
It wasn't
what
like
what was
a.
going on. Yeah. All
And
right.
the
Like,
whole
she knew
time,
she had
looked at
Escanor in the
Meliodas
back
like,
of
that's
her
the man I
pocket.
want. The
Facts.
whole
That's
time.
a good point. Yeah, she did know that Escanor will do anything for her. That's a good.
Like
point.
I got one of the strongest mugs in the verse in my back pocket right now.
All right, Moon Peaches.
Let me go talk to the dude with the weird case though, because he's the one I really want.
So I'm gonna put Aaron and Mikasa in trash.
Oof.
All right, we're here. All right,
Oof.
we're here. We're
Here
here.
we go.
All right, let's
First of all,
Get
if
the
you want to
TikTok
talk
ready.
Attack on Titan, we can.
Let's
But-
talk about it.
On top, the entire thing, it's never a romance. Nothing about it is a romance. It's literally because of the whole relation between their bloods and their bloodlines. Literally, she only has this like intense loyalty to him because of this activation. It's not love. There is no romance. She's literally, from the moment that they met, like by blood, like destined to do whatever he says. He never once, like, he cares for her in a friendship way, but there's no romance there at all. It honestly shouldn't even be on this list. It's not a romance.
I will say this. I wonder if we should have made it Shonen relationships and then just use the couples. But also because I think that would make it higher. But also, he does love her though. Like he wanted to be with her, but he couldn't. Like,
he 100% loves her, and
He
also
he says that at the last minute, of course.
well, because he
Yeah.
couldn't. Okay, this is similar to my logic with Vegeta and Bulma. I like the build up and like what is going on between the two. The thing about Eren and Mikasa, again,
Nothing.
not
can
a
be
good relationship.
consensual.
it's not a good relationship. Like,
No.
objectively, any real person would say This is toxic. This is terrible. Agreed.
Nothing can
I
be
agree.
consensual because of that blood bond. He could literally
No,
say,
No,
Aaron was only saying that to manipulate her.
Yeah, he wasn't. That wasn't like
That
that
wasn't real.
She has agency. Like
Yes.
well, she has agency, but still, it's just to a certain degree.
No.
Everything
Mikasa does, she
because
loves
of
him.
that.
Did she cut
his head off?
At the same time, isn't that what he wanted?
Because that's what had to happen. Like that's why
Isn't it
it's
what
such
he
a
wanted,
tragic
though?
moment.
But he
This is one of
wanted
the
that.
most
If he
tragic
didn't,
Wait,
Her
genuine
thing
question,
was to
Ty
protect and
Riddell,
follow
genuine
him.
question. In that when they're in that dream world, whatever, talking, if he said, "Don't kill me," what would she have done? If he said, "Don't kill me,"
but that's
would she still cut his head off?
Wait, you talking about she said don't?
But why is that relevant? Why is that relevant?
What do you mean? Why that's not relevant?
I think. Wait, are you talking? Wait, you said would she have like killed him if
when they're in that dream, when he's talking, when he like put her in that world and like they're in that cabin or whatever talking.
Mm-hmm.
If he said, he said, "Don't kill me," what happens?
I think she still kills him. Wait, what?
I think she doesn't kill him at all.
I think she does. Wait, I don't think we have any evidence.
Well, it depends on the. Okay, so it depends on the context because Lonnie, I don't know exactly what Lonnie means in that situation. If Aaron, like for example, when Aaron and Mikasa saw each other at that village thing outside there, if Aaron confessed, they would have been good. They would have fell in love. They would have dipped immediately.
I agree.
So at any point, Aaron knew for a fact that him and Mikasa could be happily together and in love. But if they do end up together, the world is finished. So that's why that relationship could never happen. Plus, even if they ended up together, it was going to be tragic anyway because Aaron was going to die in a couple of years. So that was doomed to fail from the start.
But
not only that, I feel like just because
that
Aaron
didn't stop the other ones.
Just because Aaron wants something to happen doesn't mean that she doesn't have the active choice to make the decision. Like you can want me to do something, and I can still also have the agency to decide to do it. So even though Aaron,
we've never really seen her go back on anything that he's wanted to do. So like I'm saying, if he said, "Hey, I don't want you to kill me," I don't think
Aaron wanted
like 99% sure she does not slice his head off.
Turns on him and kills him.
The problem with that is that she didn't want to kill him, but she felt like she needed to. That has nothing to do with, well, I'm doing this because Aaron wants me to. She's doing it because she feels it's her responsibility now. She doesn't want to kill Aaron. She's doing it because she has a bigger responsibility.
Yeah, but if he wants something, we've seen her multiple times just do it. Or if he's in a situation,
but she's already doing something she doesn't want to do. To kill, she's doing it not because Aaron is in her head like kill me. She's doing it because they have to stop him. Like,
and the whole theme of her doing it was to prove to Emir she would do it. That's the whole point of it. Is Mikasa had the free will to do it. It was up to Mikasa at the end of the day.
Also, he never interjected trying to get in her way. If he ever got in her way, of course that's not his character because of freedom. But if he ever said like, "Hey, I don't want to die. I don't want you to kill me," I feel like
I think that
her free will would be I'm not gonna kill him.
But that's it. That's just like that's what you.
But
that's
I also just want
to.
I want to say one thing because Shar mentioned she said her bloodline isn't the one immune to the founder. When they created that blood bond, he didn't have the founder in him, nor is he from the founder line. So wait. Yes. No, he's not because it was the other dude's.
He's not from the founder line.
So when they created that bond, that didn't matter that her bloodline is immune because Aaron's not the founding Titan then, nor does he have founding blood in him.
And wasn't it
implied negates your entire thing?
Wasn't it implied that like when he saved her or when he was getting choked out as a kid, like her that bond activated, it was force activated?
Yes, that's the whole thing. That's
the whole
when
lightning
that
in her body type thing.
Them.
That whole thing, the Ackerman blood to make them stronger. Sure, the whole thing about her getting attached. Aaron was just telling her that so she would hate him. That was the whole purpose.
He wanted her to turn. He wanted her to turn his back on him so he could be allowed to do what he wanted to do without
facts. Yes,
without them chasing after him.
Yes, that's why he said the worst things possible to Mikasa and Armin in that situation, which is why when Armin and Aaron had that conversation at the end, he explains exactly why he did everything he did.
That doesn't make their relationship good, written well at all.
Why is
As
it
a
not?
friendship, yes. As a romantic relationship, no. Also, I never said that he wasn't of the founder line. I said that at the time that the bond created, that he wasn't of the founder line. So don't get my words twisted.
I have a question. Could it be a good romance if like they want to be together, but these things are keeping them apart? They never ever. Can a romance story be? Can a romance story
Like unrequited
don't-
love type?
Like
thing?
Romeo
Yes,
and Juliet.
that can be a good thing, but
like
there's
no
never
culmination?
really
like
it's never really put into place until like at the very end, and it kind of seems like a little thrown like in there type of thing, because you see the entire thing of Mikasa basically pining after him.
But we see Aaron feel things towards Mikasa. Even like for example, when he protected her against the Smiling Titan, I feel like we see those type of things. Like when he beginning of the story when they're kidnapping those guys and he like gives her a scar, like, I feel like we see their connection. Like Aaron, obviously, these
Connection and
romance-
relationship are two different things.
There's
I was
a very
just about to
different thing.
say,
They
is
also
that-
grew
that's-
up together. They
but-
lived in
hold
the
on, hold on.
same house.
My
but
bad,
honestly,
my
but
bad.
here's my thing though. I don't think romance stories have to start when they both like each other. It could be them being friends, them being connected. That could be part of it becoming that. Like if
But at the end of the day, it didn't become that.
It didn't.
No. I'm saying it became them loving each other. Is the point? Like I don't think like let's say we watch a story of two characters that are just friends and they eventually fall in love. Like to me, the romance story would not start at when they start like each other. It would start at the foundation of their friendship and it building to that. Now, I think their story can still be good. You know, they weren't allowed to be together because the story would not allow them to. But I just feel like that still can be written well. Though. I guess I'm a little confused.
It can be written well, but this wasn't.
So my
Why?
issue, and I'm not calling anybody out, but I feel like Attack on Titan, which is why it's one of my favorite stories of all time. A lot of the things they do, especially in Aaron and Mikasa's relationship, is very subtle. Like there's things there. If
Let's
you
also-
notice, like every time when Mikasa and Aaron, when they're reacting with one another, obviously what is blatant is Mikasa loves Aaron. But throughout the story, like Ty mentioned, there are moments where Aaron's reciprocation of his feelings gets shown time and time and time and time again. Now, it can't fully culminate for reasons we know now, but it was always there. It was shown consistently throughout the story.
No, it wasn't. On top of that, they were raised together as siblings. So you want to get into that part of it?
Bro,
Then-
come on.
But we know the context of it.
Let's
But we know
not
the-
do that.
But we know
Let's
the
not
hold
do
on a
that.
second. But we know context like the context they don't view each other as siblings. Like come on, we know that Mikasa doesn't view this is my brother, but I still romantically like him. Like come on,
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, that's not.
like, come on.
But there's no romance between them. There is romance on her side, and I get what you're saying, Ty. There can be stories where you start off from the beginning and then you build it up and whatever, but this just isn't one of them. Literally, when he confesses his love, it's out of left field because his entire focus has been like on literally anything but her. She was kind of like a background thought to him throughout the entire series.
So when Mikasa was like not I wouldn't say this
I'm not
confessing,
saying that he
but
doesn't care for her. He clearly cares for her, but I don't see that in a romantic sense.
But I have a question. What about that moment when? Okay, so I brought the Smiling Titan because I think that's when we first really see in season 2 how much Aaron like it's more than just
I was
that.
gonna bring that up. Yep.
Like when she's because they think they're about to die. All the times are closed again. They ain't got their damn ODM gear. Shit's about to be wraps. He can't transform, whatever. And she's confessing her love for him. And again, his response, and she's leaning in to kiss him. And it's funny because maybe Isayama, I think there's something where Isayama said that he wanted to draw, but he was nervous about drawing because he felt embarrassed, something like that. That's
Oh, that's funny. Okay.
That's pretty funny, but
My nigga.
maybe
literally get murdered, but he can't do that.
maybe they actually kiss, maybe people buy it more. But the intention was that was meant to be a romantic scene of Aaron understanding his feelings in that moment. He was talking about like, no matter like I'm going to always be there to protect you. Like she was confessing everything.
And he was about to give up in that situation too, until she said something to him.
And
Escanor is so much worse.
Her confession.
What are we doing?
Wait,
The thing about
pause.
it
You
is
cannot
her-
do Escanor compared to this.
I will say this: her confession of love was what drove him. Like it wasn't just like, oh, my friend, like her confessing her feelings gave him new life, and he's like, I'm gonna protect you. Like I'm not gonna just die. Like, cause I have love for you too. Like I don't know.
All right, let's vote, man. Let's vote, man. I knew this was gonna happen when we got the air to be cut, so I knew this. So,
You
Lonnie,
still haven't heard her whole AOTs based off the power of friendship take.
That's a whole nother episode right there.
we'll hear that later. Well, but I mean, we could really.
At the
but
same time,
no,
when she
We'll get into it
when
one
she
day.
told me about it, I was like, technically you're not wrong. Like I'm kind of mad that you're not wrong, but no, I would put it C to trash. I would put it C.
do we not care about the writing of the relationship? Like, okay,
The writing
It's not a romance.
Riddell is
It's a
hurt right
romance.
now.
All
He is
all
hurt.
right. Random.
You know, like you could be intimate friends, but it's not a
Well, I have a
romance.
question for you. I have a question for you,
Bro, I don't know what.
I just want to ask. Well, I'll ask it after this. I'll ask it after this.
Yeah, and Random, what do you?
I want to put it in A, but I'm gonna cop out and say B.
Don't cop, Randall. Don't be scared.
Fine,
Yeah.
it's an A. It's an A.
Okay, thank you. A,
Don't be scared.
A, C, J-Rob,
A.
Santo.
Right here is fine.
2 C's and 2 A's. Miles.
I don't want to create a tie or an impasse rather, so I'll just say A. I think it should be B though.
3 A's, 2 C's. Me, my bias would put it at S, but I'll put it
S.
He'll put it up here.
I like I
We'll put
said,
it at the
I don't
top, right?
care. I don't. I'm gonna be honest. I'm really only grading it based on the writing of the relationship. I don't really care about the romance part.
I don't
like,
care about the romance either. I don't
Yeah,
care at
so
all.
that's
It
all
really
I'm
says
doing.
shonen romance.
That is
We're
what
not
I'm
creating
talking
a
about.
I get that, but I care
What
about the
do you
relationship more. I don't care
Yeah,
about that.
I care.
To
I
me,
care-
making hard decisions and doing tough things is indicative of a good
Yeah,
relationship.
it's such
too, not just
unconventional
romance.
situations. Like, how are we supposed to
That's a good point.
truly diagnose it as like a normal relationship? But I'm gonna say A.
Look at the list. We have ghouls. We have wizards. We have demons.
My
we
rating
have
has been.
alien
I've been
aliens.
rating
All
everybody.
of these are
the same.
unconventional.
I
What are we
agree.
doing?
That's
What
I
are we
agree.
doing?
I agree. That's why I said I haven't been doing it based on how well, like how good of a relationship they're in. That's not what I've been doing.
I think you're saying even if they're like they fight all the time, is their story written well?
Yes.
Yeah, that's what I've been
Yeah,
doing.
and I agree.
AOT is written well. AOT is written well.
should be higher. That's what. Okay.
This isn't is AOT written well.
Being good has nothing to do with the fact that the relationship is written poorly as a romantic stance.
No, yes or no? Is their
Wow.
romantic relationship
Not-
written well? Not their relationship. Is their romantic relationship written well? Yes or no? Their romantic relationship.
It's a tragic love story. Yes.
Oh my god!
I want to ask my question. What makes something a romance story?
What?
That's a good question, Ty.
What makes it a romance story?
That's a good question.
What makes
What about that screams romance to you?
I'm
Please
asking,
answer
I'm
that.
asking y'all
Because
No,
that's
no, no,
what
no,
I'm
no, no,
wondering.
no,
Because
no,
I
no,
do
no,
nothing
no,
but
no,
read
no, no, no,
romances.
No. I'm asking what makes a romance story.
I would say a two people developing a relationship, regardless of how it starts, it does have to have some level of romance and intimacy shown or at least implied.
Both sides.
And
Both sides.
Which is not.
okay. And I would say showing actions that involve a relationship, as in, like Miles said, choices, decisions, sacrifice, compromise, all of those things. But I will say that I personally think that it needs to be shown from both sides.
Okay, so
That's
I have
me.
a question. Would a confession be like, okay? So you said it has to have those romance. Like, what is the romance that you need that you need to see for you? Like, this is a romance story. Like the specific romantic actions. Like
I just
dates,
think aside from that confession, there's really not much to go off of.
Thank you.
Thank
you.
That's just me.
You see it.
Oh man, y'all.
I disagree.
I'll say this: their relationship is S tier. Their romantic relationship is not S tier or A tier. It's not. Those are two different things.
I disagree.
But we know. Hold on a second. Here's my thing, right? when we get that moment with the smiling tide, it's not just, hey, this singular moment. Revelations about characters recontextualize their actions. So we figure out when Mikasa is confessing to Eren and we see Eren reciprocate in that moment, it is not this singular moment is the romance. It is now we are to look at their previous interaction before this and it's recontextualized. It's not, I don't think it's just this one confession. Like, for example, if we never heard Mikasa say she loves Eren and then she has this confession, we would look at this confession and we would think about, okay, what are the actions or interactions that
I didn't need her confession to know that she was in love with him.
I know. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that we know Eren feels reciprocated when they're meeting that smiley titan in season 2. Do we think that can we look at all the interaction before that and think that this feeling Eren is feeling makes sense?
Repeat your question. I'm sorry.
So when Eren, so in season 2, when the Mikasa is confessing because they're about to die, the smiling titan is coming at them, right? And we know it's implied. I don't think it's like Eren doesn't outright say it, but based on his dialogue, his reaction, and their lead to kiss, it is implied that Eren also feels this way. Because of that, do you guys look at any of their previous interactions in the same way with this added context that these feelings, that Eren has a deeper feeling for Mikasa?
Wait, is this true?
In the writer.
Even if it is early on.
Yeah, like when they're children, like
so if it transitions from mother to child
okay,
to
okay,
then y'all got it. Then y'all got it. You know, y'all got it.
That's giving me like the Avatar storyline. I'm good.
Wait, I'll be mother and child. He's about to have them kiss. Like I don't think that. Find me that quote.
One, I don't know.
That's why it's true.
That's fine.
Like
Oda said this. Like, no, we gotta see it.
Context of the quote. Is he saying like, the way that she berates that motherly, or I don't know.
I don't think we need to go down that path.
All right,
that'll be a Discord conversation.
Yeah,
y'all doing whatever y'all can to discredit this relationship.
You can put that in A.
So 3 A's. I would say A. That's 4 A's. What is Moon Peaches? What are you saying?
C. First of all, no, it was 3-2, even with your saying that. So don't even try that. So now it's 3-3.
No, I said A.
No, because I've been keeping count.
Miles said Random said A, and J-Rob said A.
Yeah, that's 3 A's.
Oh wait, never mind.
I said A. Miles said A. J-Rob said A. Random said A.
You got it.
Do you guys need another count?
Did I say A too?
You got it.
We got
You got it. You got it.
Right there. I literally just admitted that I was wrong with the counting, so you didn't need to do all of that right there. I literally said, "Oh, you didn't vote last time I counted."
He did it. He did it afterwards. So
okay. Because I was about to say, because that better not be at me, because I already admitted that I was wrong.
Yeah, Lonnie, listen to your wife. Come on,
I ain't admitted shit. Fuck you.
Mobile game.
All right, let's.
I got something for you, Santo. I don't know what it is yet, but I got something.
Ty, it's your turn. What's the shit?
I ain't gonna lie to you. Wait, Santo, you made this list, Santo?
I agree with you, Chad.
Discord suggested.
Yeah, we got the relationship from Discord.
I need to put my bet on y'all. Where's Aaron and Edward and Winry?
That's what I said.
Shout out Discord, bro.
Ed and Winry should be here.
They put 3 from Fairy Tail, not Ed and Winry.
Matter of fact,
honestly, so as a fairy tale person, I'm gonna just say all of them are like B tier because up until the 100-year quest, you don't really get any confirmation of any of those 3. So
also we don't have one of the biggest romance shonens, which is Inuyasha. Inuyasha is a shonen story. It has a bunch of romances in there. Why don't we get Inuyasha? So I don't know. But
if Inuyasha and Kagome is here, it would go S tier though. So
yeah.
Ed and Winry put them at the front. I'm gonna put them in front of A or S. And I
put them in S.
S.
You know what? I'll throw them in S. I want them in S. Ed and Winry.
I don't care what the tier said. I would put Mikasa and Eren in S and Eren and Edward
it should be
I'll put both of them in S.
Winry's with an I. W.
So where are we going?
W-I-N.
S.
To be fair, it's relationships that actually end up like good. like everything happily ever after, that is like,
Yeah, Ed and Winry. Not only that, like literally, she's integral to the story. She's his mechanic. She's not just a mechanic. She's the best mechanic in the story, right? She gives him the best auto mail. He helped her overcome the loss of her parents. That's a massive story with Scar. Beautiful storyline. I feel like they both emotionally support each other throughout the series. I think it's done so well. So I had the S. And also his proposal was so cute.
Let's do it. Let's do it snake way. So you just go again. Ty.
Oh, again?
Yeah.
Deku no Chaco.
Oh.
I feel like they're an A couple, bro. I'm so sorry. They're A to me.
A's a lot. I'm not gonna lie. A's a lot.
They are not going under B. Because here's my thing, right? Random, fix your face, random. You like I don't.
Sorry, I'm dealing with something else. Sorry.
No, I was just joking, but
I got you. But so I'm just reacting to something else.
I feel like Deku no Chaku don't get enough respect, in my opinion. Like, first of all, we know that it's very clear they both like each other. That's very clear. That's not a relationship it's one-sided. They both like each other a whole lot. She made him feel good about all his insecurities. Like the name that he got from Bakugo being Deku literally was one of Deku's biggest insecurities, and she made it one of his biggest strengths. Facts. So we know that they emotionally support each other consistently. Also, something I really like about relationship that I thought was interesting turns that when she sees Deku progressing, she then says that I need to also focus. I need to not make sure that this my feelings for Deku overcome my passion dreams too. So she says that I have to make sure that I prioritize myself as well. So like it's not a situation where they're losing something to like being together. Like they both emotionally support each other. Also, that speech of her getting it back to Yue, I thought it was fantastic. So I feel like they both emotionally support each other. The romance is very clear. There's examples of how they better each other. And I think their relationships bring us one of the most interesting themes and thematic question in the story about who protects heroes. Like when Deku was putting his life on the line after the whole thing with Sugar Rock, after he's off being vigilant Deku and he's putting himself through the ringer, the question of who protects heroes comes up because of her feelings for Deku. And who protects heroes are other heroes. I feel like thematically was fire, romance consistent, they help each other emotionally, and they're just cute when they interact. And they spend the most time with each other in the first like 2 or 3 seasons with Ida. So I feel like I like them. I don't know.
Yeah.
Going off of what Ty said, like, because the way the story starts is here's the story and how it became the world's greatest hero, and then the moment where we all get back to see like that moment is because of her, because of what she did, how she led him into, how she convinced everyone to let him to UA, and then we hear again, this is how it became the world's greatest hero. It's because of her in their relationship. And like Ty said, like the way that she turned one of his biggest insecurities into one of his biggest strengths, the way that she understands like his actual like his real personality, the way that he likes to analyze people and like he likes to know all these little things. Like she notices those things. Like she points those things out. So she's like one of the people besides Bakugo that really sees him for who he is. And she emphasizes that a lot. And so like the fact where she's like, I don't know if a relationship is a good thing because I don't want the relationship to get in either of our paths. So the fact that like they have the emotional maturity to understand that, the emotional maturity to like uplift each other, I feel like it's A-B.
And to just back off of that one more time, off of that, both of what they said, you also have to put into context that these are teenagers. Like when we first meet them, they're basically going into their freshman year, and she's able to make these like really conscious and like almost big emotional decisions, not only to support him, but he's also doing the same in return, and they're building off of each other, creating this like relationship that honestly most teenagers don't have. So it puts a lot more of what their relationship is into context when you put into the fact that they're literal children. Like,
nah, for sure. Big Storm, shout out $2 super chat. I forgot to read it earlier. He said W show PS One Piece the GOAT clear mid Ruto. I guess you're talking about Naruto.
All right, put some respect on Naruto. Don't do that.
Yeah, Naruto.
You want to say Boruto?
Naruto's great. Yeah, I think the Deku and Ochako relationship is good. I can't say A. I don't even know if I can say B yet. I have to see how everything kind of culminates, like when they get together. I have to see that. Like I have to see like the feelings, the confession. I have to see all that, and it's gonna come in the epilogue. So once I see that, see how everything works out, um, I'll have a more solid opinion. But as of right now, it is solid because Uraka has been supporting him for like the entirety of the series, and she's always been there for him and what he's been doing. And Deku's also inspired her as a character throughout the story. It's a nice little solid, like Moonpie just said, teenage relationship. I would say C for now, maybe B or C. I don't care. But yeah, I don't. Well, random. Yeah, let's hear you.
Yeah, where you put it?
I need to apologize for two ships in particular, and this is one of them. I think I what I did this week. By the way, I'm finished with OG Naruto, at least the anime, like the anime portion of Naruto, if you get what I mean. I finished that.
Wait.
But
What do you
hold
mean
on.
What do you mean?
I like where Naruto ends after I've watched the Sasuke Naruto. I read. The
Oh
Sasuke Naruto.
shit! He finished Sasuke retrieval.
Yeah, I finished that.
Yo, random. What he set his mind to it. He finally caught up to Naruto.
Now I probably would have been a lot further, but I basically skimmed My Hero Academia again, basically because obviously last week was my big thing was Ochako Deku, and I need to apologize. I was wrong about Ochako and Deku. Ochako was clearly there for him. My problem is I think when I look at it, I was definitely looking at that relationship through a slice of life lens when there are so many different ways, and this is where I still feel like Horikoshi could have wrote it better, in my opinion. But you can say that about anything in terms of how it is. But it is very well done. And the other one, hopefully nobody takes it, so I can apologize for that one personally because I'm gonna pick it. I don't want to say what it is, but it is very well done. It is very well done. I'm sorry, Ochako and Deku. I was not familiar with your game, but I'll say this: My Hero Academia fans. Y'all some sick motherfuckers, man. Because I don't know how you keep trying to downplay this for the ones that you do want to see, and this is why people in the anime world laugh at y'all for the stuff that y'all try to be pulling.
It's not just that; it's the tampon girl too.
Yeah, facts. Disgusting. So I personally would be cool with B. Personally,
I am like
I'm
Riddell. Yeah, I'm cool with I'm cool. I hope that they have the culmination that I think they really need to really cement it as one of the best modern like ones. Because if they have a great culmination, we could revisit this and feel about them a little bit different. But I'm worried that there's 3 chapters left.
I actually think they will.
1 chapter with the relationship.
I think they will because we see
that's all you need.
You remember the scene with Bakugo and Deku like in the hospital room, and then we see the last page is like you see Deku, Bakugo, you see Todoroki, you see like some pebbles, and you see Uraka. I think he's addressing in those chapters. First it was Todoroki, then the stuff was spinning, and that's how the Uraka.
Okay.
Let's try to move through some of these for a little bit faster though.
Yeah. Let's move. Next time we'll probably do like 10 because there's a lot of debates. Is it my turn? Did you go?
No, I think it's Taylor's turn.
Okay.
I'm gonna just put the 3 fairy tales in B's for the same reason that I already stated, that you don't get any of like the I mean, maybe Urza and like I might move Urza up to like A, but it's like Gray and Juvia, honestly, probably C. Juvia goes after him most of the entire series, and it's not literally until the 100-year quest that Gray literally admits that he's in love with her. In the 100-year quest, Jolly, like they finally start to move past like his whole thing of like I can't be loved and whatever, but like literally I'm almost done with it, and still they're not fully together yet, and Natsu's still completely oblivious to Lucy's feelings. So
I mean, Gray has that moment where he thought Juvia was dead and he raged.
No, I'm not saying that like, but what I'm saying is that it takes him until literally the 8th volume of the 100-year quest to say, yeah, no, I love Juvia. I just don't think that I'm good enough for her yet. And he doesn't even say it to Juvia. He says it to so this is spoilers, but basically they're on another continent and there's like an entire guild that looks like them but like slightly variation of names, and so he admits to Juvalee that he's in love with Juvia, and so he doesn't even admit to Juvia that he's in love with Juvia, but she
Yeah.
literally shows up the next chapter and he's just like, oh,
It sounds
cool.
like it's making it overly complicated. I mean, for stories like Shonen, you always build to the ending storylines, and the ending storylines is the relationship. So I mean, it's just building up towards that. But I'm fine with Gray Juvia. Gray bias would put it A because Gray's my favorite character in Fairy Tale. But
I mean, listen,
That's not a
I
shock.
literally have
Yeah, sure.
them right there, and then I have Natsu and Lucy right there. Like, I love these ships, but in a realistic standpoint of relationship wise and romance wise, it's not written the best, which is why I would put it like around a B tier.
I'm fine with both of them being B, but I agree that Urza and Jalal, I'll put it A.
I would put them at A. Listen, it's been established from the jump that they have feelings for each other, but they just both got to work through their trauma.
Hey,
That's a relationship that needs to pull the trigger. That
Oh, read the 100-Year Quest. It gets pulled
okay.
in a very interesting way.
Okay. Lonnie, you about to say something?
no, I was gonna respond to that comment. Jagil and Revi low key might have the best relationship in that.
Yeah,
So-
Gaziel and Levy.
Gotcha.
Folks. I'm not going Fairy Tale,
They're
even though I give
S-tier.
it a lot of crap. Fairy Tale does relationships well.
Very well.
They do it well. All right, my turn. I'll go Yusuke and Keiko. I'll put that. Even though I don't like, I'll put it SA. I don't remember a lot of it, but I remember like a good amount of it, and
I put it in
A or S for me.
I put it at the top of A.
I'm cool with A.
Where?
A. Some people say S. I'm
I
for
put it
S
A.
too. I don't really care. It's A or S to me. But Miles, your turn.
Lonnie, were you gonna do the one
Which one?
Kaneki?
The one.
I was also looking at Kenshin. So I mean, if you want to do Kaneki, go ahead.
I'll do Kaneki. S.
I agree.
Not mad at it.
I'm
I
not
agree
mad at
as
it.
well.
There's really not much to say. It's just S.
Oh yeah, I was trying to move through the list. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, I'm gonna say there's not much to talk about. There's not much to talk about.
We'll have fewer for next one. But Santo, go your turn.
Right there.
Can it go like below that?
I disagree. Can we put it at
I-
C?
I disagree too.
I think it's better than Escanor and Merlin.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's do this.
I'd at least put it at C. At least put it
So
at C.
I'll do that.
we could put it at C.
Know who he was.
I could argue B, but I'm fine with C.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I'm not arguing for B.
I can
I'm
argue.
not.
It's just it's a weird type of relationship, but it is a relationship.
It's super.
I
it's
agree with you
super
right now.
interesting.
It's something.
Because like, all right, because
Are you taking into account Boruto?
Yeah, because
okay.
I am taking
That's
into account
why.
Boruto because the
Everything.
vibes are
Everything.
that's my girl that I just never see. Because like
I
there
mean-
are times where like, are you gonna see mom before you leave? And then he's like, nah, she'll be okay. And then I'll send her like I'll like have a bird fly over her so she knows I'm thinking of her. Nigga, what? See your wife. See
I
your
mean-
wife.
He's so real for that.
He's like,
I'm gonna send this so she knows I'm thinking of her.
yeah, just, it's not even gonna be
I
a
need
note.
you
It's
to
just gonna
know.
fly. It's just gonna fly over her real quick.
I need you to know, if you disappear for months at a time and then just send a bird, I will track you down myself.
I'll just send you like a Snapchat with like a thumbs up that I'm like in your city, and then I'll just leave.
Y'all know what this sound like?
But Naruto misses a birthday and everybody loses their mind.
Hey, yo, Sauce, you know what this sound like? This sounds like Diet Vegeta and Bulma without an iconic moment.
No.
Don't you think?
I will say Sasuke and Sakura do have a spin-off. Not a lot of people. I've read it.
I read it.
It has
Oh,
dinosaurs.
it
It was kind of weird because it had dinosaurs, but it does exist, and that was a story purely for.
Pause.
Yes,
Dinosaurs.
it has
just skip
dinosaurs.
past that.
It's
Yeah,
not
you just
it's
gotta
not the
slide past
best
that.
written.
These are fucking ninjas.
But
Do they
what
time
is-
travel?
there? It's like there's like this material from back. It's a whole thing. It's
Oh, it's
it's-
just
So
for
it's
that.
interesting.
Just for that.
Low key, he treated that one dinosaur better than Sakura, and you're not gonna tell me different.
no. In that side novel, he was he wanted to like ask her to marry him with a wedding ring. Like that side story was all to like build Sasuke and Sakura's relationship properly.
Were
so.
they trying to give it a Naruto and Hinata movie moment?
Yeah, but it didn't work nearly as well. Not even close.
Yeah.
But
'Cause it's,
Even you can admit that part.
I mean, it had dinosaurs. I can't defend that.
If you watched, if you unfortunately watched the Boruto show and you saw that filler, yo, that dinosaur that was his ride or die. That was his ride or die.
Yeah, that's where it happens. It's Boruto. But hey, most of us said C, Santo, so let's put it C. Yeah, let's put that C. All right. Jarob, you still here? I don't know if Jarob's here.
He said that his dog had an accident.
Oh,
Got into
damn.
some cookies. So
Oh, damn.
Oh shit!
My dog got into
Literally.
cookies too before. I'm like, bro, you're so stupid, bro. I'm like,
all right,
But,
go ahead,
Fred's done
Random.
that before.
random.
The second one I need to apologize for is Austin Noel. Go ahead, put Austin Noel.
Oh, you gotta apologize for that too?
where?
Development.
You talk shit about my babies?
Where?
I think I just it's just my thing for how obnoxious. I said A. I think for how obnoxious Noel starts at the start with the typical tsundere stuff, that really just bothers me.
I don't
But
like
Part of her
tsundere
character development. It's
yeah, her
literally
character
part of her
development
character
is
development.
very well done.
I would
also-
say B. I would say same level as Deku and
I was gonna put it a little bit ahead of Deku in.
when I look at the two, I like Austin Noel better for me
Yeah.
personally, but I would not be mad with B either.
There's
If we have more time,
similar-
we can go into
Back
it
A,
more.
front of B, it doesn't really matter. They're
I feel
fine.
like
I am curious to
I like
see
them in A.
how
I think they're the
curious to see how
exact
Black
same-
I think
Hawk
they're the same level. Yeah.
Yeah,
I feel like they're Deku and Ochako, which is like maybe a few more interactions. But I
Yeah.
mean,
That's why I kind of have it ahead because they are
I
very
like
similar.
them more. I like them more.
But the difference in this one is Deku actually kind of felt something with Uraraka, especially when he met her for the first time. Asa never loved Noel. He loved Sister Lily. So he confessed to Sister Lily.
That shit used to piss me off, man.
And Noel
That's
was like, damn.
I was like,
even-
you know, that's
even
like
at-
your
even in
mom,
the
right?
final arc, even in the final arc
Yeah,
when he
it's like-
asked her
it's like
seriously
older
this time, and she still says no. I was like,
I was like,
this is-
yo,
this is
she
so
like
played out
raised
at this
you.
point.
But he gave it up
Yeah.
though. He was like, all right, I'll leave it alone.
Finally, I was
Now
at
it's
that point, I
time to
was
do
so
the
done.
Noel stuff. You know, now
Right,
we
there we go.
I would say B. I would move it down to B. Same level as Deku and Uraraka person.
That's fine. I'm fine with that.
Okay.
All right.
So B.
Yeah, BB. All right, Lonnie, knock out the last two.
All right, Kenshin and Korra. I'm gonna actually put it in the back of A. We see that like she admits early on that she has feelings for him in the story, and then like we also see like the ups and downs that he had because he's trying to have his redemption arc, and she's a big part of that. And parts like when he feels like he put her in too much danger, we see like the despair and like how much it really hurt him. The way that she brings him out of his old self reminds me a lot of what's that relationship? Kind of like I think it's a better version of like when how Bulma like changed Vegeta. Not that like she changed Kenshin, but like the way that she like got him out of those big ruts in those dark places, she does. And of course, they have a kid and everything like that, and like he helps rate his love for her and like their love for him is like I think is beautifully well done. And like there are situations that like test it and that define it. So yeah, I just put it in the back of A.
I didn't know that this was a shonen anime. All I've seen of it is romance stuff. So
Jesus.
Yeah, because they after like episode 3, they almost act like a couple, even though they're not a couple.
I thought it was just a romance anime.
Nah, Kenshin be damn near killing people with that.
Yeah, like they live together after episode 1, and like their relationship just keeps on building and building. And then like when another big female lead comes in, and she puts her foot down. She's like, "Yo, you're not her, not her." And the girl recognizes it right away. She's like, "Oh, I don't want to step on any toes." She's like, "You better not step on any toes." And this is like in front of him, so like their relationship is established very early on that they're endgame.
All right, what about Shinra and Iris?
Go ahead, put that in trash. Let's keep it a stack.
I agree.
Yeah, I
like
agree.
she like it's like the author couldn't pick one and he'd pick the worst one of the three. Personally,
it should have been Princess Hibana.
It really should have been Hibana, but I would also be perfectly happy with Maki.
What the weird thing about Hibana and Shinra for me that I can never get over is like they presented Hibana as like so much older than Shinra.
And she's only 2 years older than
him. And she's only 2 years older, and it's like she's 19 and he's 17, so it's like
Hibana's
but it like the way it's presented, it just doesn't look right. Like it doesn't look like it would be a normal relationship. So
I do think Fire Force at some points just relies on really bad, like a lot of tropes. You know, if you get what I mean, especially if you're just an anime only person like Tamaki. I feel like if you take Tamaki out the story, nothing changes.
She sucks. She's
just pure fan service of the worst kind. And
yeah, that creator, the artist, he needs to get checked. There's no reason why Tamaki is a character. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh, also Santo, Shar said that you spelled Winry's name wrong.
Guy,
with the I instead of a E. It's a damn shame. It's a damn shame because Iris is just she gets killed off screen. Riddell, like the story doesn't treat her with any kind of way. She just kind of hangs out Shinra. She just kind of hangs out.
I'm not gonna lie, like both Fire Force and Soul Eater has no like good romantic relationships, like no good relationships in general. So I don't think
good relationships, not romantic relationships.
Yeah, no, like
I don't think
they're not gonna get those get together type relationships. All of it's like friendships.
Are there even romantic relationships in Soul Eater?
The only one.
I mean, you could say Stein and Medusa.
Oh, that's what I was about to go.
That's the only one that I can think of. But other than that, I don't recognize any of them as romantic. I recognize them as like.
And wasn't
like platonic.
You could maybe stretch Soul and Maka, but not. I wouldn't.
No, I was gonna say you could. Was like Death like the father? Wasn't he like in a weirdish relationship with a witch? I don't remember.
I don't either.
I think
Might have been like in the past.
It's interesting because he doesn't. I don't even know if it's he or she, but the mangaka doesn't do any like romantic relationships, but so many like male-female relationships in the series. But all of them are like platonic.
Yeah. I think the other one that you could stretch would be Black Stars and his weapons. Kind of.
Subana, I think that's her name. Tsubaki. Yeah.
Tsubaki, yeah. I think that's the only other one that you could like stretch would be like maybe.
Yeah.
Like even then,